What do you think of when you think of bass? Do you think flea, raucous, rock and roll? Do you think jazz? Do you think funk? Do you think peace? That's what I think. Peace, bass. So, time to build my P bass. And we're going to call it the Peace Bass. If this is something that you're interested in seeing, stay tuned because we're getting started right now. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing great. Took a few weeks off of building things and I've been making, actually still building, but I've been making treble bleed circuits. Get away from the building for a while, but now it's time to work on my precision bass copy. My son got me this nice body for Christmas. Got some nice wood grain. I love all the different types of grain. Really gives it some character because I'm going to put a finish on here where we're still going to be able to see the finish of the grain through the finish. I got this awesome neck to go on it. I've got this really cool hip shot bridge. Got some awesome Grover tuners, good old-fashioned bass tuners. DiMarzio pickups, Area P. These are the Area P bass, Area P bass. I get it. But it's going to be Area Peace because this is going to be the Peace bass. Because when I think of bass, I think of peace. So this whole project's going to be peace related. The color is going to be peaceful. The overall look and style, peaceful. It's going to be a kick-ass bass capable of playing raucous rock, funky funk, jazzy jazz. But when I think bass, I think peace. So Peace Bass it is, because I need a name. One of the things we're going to do, first of all, I want to say this video is just an overview. I'm not actually going to do anything today because I'm waiting for a couple pieces that I absolutely need before I get started. This is the first neck I've ever bought with a gloss finish. And I kind of like the gloss finish on the fretboard. These frets are pretty nice, a little edgy. I'm going to have to touch these up a little bit, but I got this awesome new StewMac fret edge file that I'm going to use. But the thing is, with this fully glossed neck, I don't like the gloss back. It feels sticky to me, feels not that I don't even know how to play bass, but I'm going to learn. But it just feels to me like your hands, it's slowing down the movement of the hand. So what I'm going to do, one of the first things we're going to do is sand off this gloss finish off the back. And I'll probably put a tung oil finish, something that I usually use. Protects the wood, gives you a nice smooth finish. On the rat strat that I did for my son, he loves it. He's been playing the heck out of it, and he likes that smooth finish like I do on the back of the neck. So that's one of the first things we're going to do. We're going to take this gloss off of here. I don't know about the front yet. I don't know if I'm going to take that off of here or leave that, maybe leave the front glossy and just clean off the back for comfort, speed, and usage purposes. What I'm going to do with the body, once I get the piece, what I'm waiting for is the neck plate, because this neck fit is not exactly super tight, so might require a little bit of shimming, but actually it doesn't wobble back and forth at all. It's just not super tight. So once I get that neck plate, we'll drill that. That's one of the first things we'll do, is drill the holes and get the neck mounted. And then once that's done, then we can line up the bridge and make our marks for where we're going to drill the holes. Then we'll drill the holes for the bridge, and once that's done, then we can start working on the finish. I like to make everything ready before I even start sanding this for the finish. So I'm going to get the neck mounted, do the measurements, make sure everything lines up on the nut, string alignment, string spacing, get the bridge placed on here perfectly, make the markings, drill the holes, and when everything's done and ready, then we'll sand this down. It's pretty smooth now. It does have a really nice finish, but there are some spots that need some work, so we'll sand this, finish sand it, do the finish. And I'm not quite sure yet. I have the color scheme that I'm going to use, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the finish. I generally do the tung oil finishes. I haven't done too much with gloss, but if you remember the Jagacaster, we put wipe-on poly on here. So this has a polyurethane finish, and it turned out really, really beautiful. It's shiny. It really brings out the wood grain. It just looks sharp and classy. So I haven't decided if I'm going to go with a shiny finish or the more subdued. Let me grab another example for you here. Let's see. This Les Paul has, this is the tung oil finish. Now it has some gloss to it, some shine, but it's not a glossy finish. It's more of a satiny, kind of a cross between a matte and a satin. Matin. Satan. Ah. But this one I'm actually thinking about maybe doing some steel wool on here and smoothing this out and putting another couple coats on, make it a little bit shinier. I haven't decided yet, but anyway, that's what the tung oil finish looks like compared to the gloss of the wipe-on poly. So that's going to be our choices for this. Haven't decided yet, but that's what's coming up. As soon as I get that neck plate, we'll get this neck mounted on here, and then once that's done, then we can take the measurements, measure everything out. what we'll do is have this on here and everything's set up properly. We'll take a straight edge and run it along the edge of the neck and draw our lines out. Sort of a continuation of the neck, and then we will measure from the nut to where the strings come off of the saddle. Now, I have to do a little more research because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a bass player. I've never done a bass before, but I'm not exactly sure how I want these saddles set up as far as spacing goes here. As you can see, they're sort of staggered, and I need to find out exactly where I want to have these seated so that when I take my measurement from the nut to here, I have this at the right place. If I have them too far forward, that could screw it up. If I have them too far back, that could screw it up. So it has to be, they have to be in the right place. So I have some research to do there. And then once that's done, we get this sucker mounted. Well, we get the holes drilled for it. And we go on to the finish. So that's what's coming up. Probably be a couple days until I get the bridge. I ordered it yesterday, I think. And did I say bridge? Neck plate. So usually it takes a couple days to get here, and then once I have that, we'll get set up. We'll be on the road to peace with the Peace Bass. So please, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Come back and follow this build. Help me build the Peace Bass. And when it's done, we'll have some peaceful bass experiences together. And wait till you see the pickguard. Oh, my son got me this awesome pickguard, but I'm not going to show it to you till way, way, way later into the build. So, and also, one other thing I wanted to say. Not that this video is a good example, but I'm going to try to make my videos more short and concise. I know in the past I have a tendency to talk a lot and show a lot of material that I could probably cut out and just cut to the chase and make it a little more interesting and a little easier to follow. So that's my goal. Whether I'll be able to pull it off or not is another question, but I'm going to try. So hang in there. A couple days, we'll start working on this, and it's going to be great. I want to get this right, so I'm going to do my studying and make sure I get everything right the first time, because I don't want to screw this up. And very excited about it, and I hope you are too. So come back to see part 2. Until then, take care, and see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.